What's up, everyone? So, we get asked this question quite a bit, and, I don't mind answering it, but with the recent influx of new fish that come in, I feel like it's a good opportunity, good chance to go ahead and talk about what are some of the most problematic fish that we receive at the rescue. Alright, so we can go ahead and start at the top. The number one most problematic fish that we get in at the rescue, you probably guessed it, that is the Pacu. The reason this is number one on the list is because they are so cheap at the pet stores. Everyone sells them as, vegetarian piranha, and nobody wants them when they get big. Of course, these ones in here are the ones we promise we keep. There's actually only one in here that we can get rid of, but we have Big Betty right here. We have Charlie. That's actually Charlie from the Dort Mall. And then we have Paco from Steven Bundeluck. I think he's this big fat boy coming in right here. And then there's the smallest of the four can actually be rehomed. But the thing is, nobody really wants them, and it's hard to find someone with a suitable setup that can take a fish of this size. There goes my hand next to him for comparison. He's probably about 28 inches long. That is a big beast of a fish. And then we have our green Pacu, which are actually black Pacu, but they look like they are olive green on the top with a black belly. These are a true black Pacu. These are also called tambiki, and these are the giant Pacu. They can get up to 40 inches long and over 100 pounds. These are the largest Pacu in the world. Now, all three of these had come in as rescues. We got some from Vince Wu and one that came in as a local rescue, the small guy there. So we have our Pacu in this tank. This is a 3,000, and as you can see, quarters are starting to get tight in here. So we're going to be doing some changing of stock around here, and we're going to go ahead and give some of these guys out to the monster pond. But number one is, of course, the Pacu. All right, number two on our list. I absolutely love them for my personal collection, but it is iridescent sharks. You guys know our boy Schwarzenegger over here. We absolutely love him. We will never get rid of him. I've actually been offered really good money for him because he is the only xanthic iridescent shark in the United States that we know of, and we've been offered great money for him. But he's about 3 foot long. We have another one here, probably about 30 inches or so. So we have ours that, we love to keep and we'll never get rid of. Over here we have the albinos. They're actually starting to get long. This guy's over the 30-inch mark, and he's getting very massive. We love our iridescent sharks, but the general public, there's actually another one in here we took out from the 2200 because he was getting picked on. So we went ahead and moved him. But the general population, they get 5 of them. So here's 5 that just came in this week. They get them from the pet store, $3 to $5 a piece, thinking, hey, I got a little fresh water shark. And then they grow really quick, and they start getting very spastic, and they'll end up running into the side of your tank. They'll end up outgrowing it, and they always end up dumping them on me. So here's 5 that came in just this week. And over here in quarantine, I actually think we just got rid of one recently when the public aquarium came, but we had 2 in here. These guys have been with us for a couple months now, and it just seems like nobody wants iridescent sharks for their fish tanks, even though they're great animals just like the Pacu. But they're the one things that we have a problem rehoming. And now the list does go on and on and on, but we will come in with number 3. All right, number 3 is also a fish that we love ourselves here, but just seems every time we get them in, we actually have one in here, and that is the alligator gar. But every time we get these things in, it's usually about 2 foot is the cutoff. If they're under 2 foot, everyone wants them. If they are over 2 foot, it is a very, very hard fish to get rid of, because for one, they are aggressive. 2, they need a large tank. 3, they're going to get much, much bigger. And you know, that just persuades people away from picking up these fish or giving them the proper setup. So we always have alligator gar to rehome. This guy's probably been here for about a month and a half. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this guy. He is a beauty. He's an awesome fish. And yeah, they're just a little bit problematic, but here's why. So we're gonna take you over. I mentioned that we had this iridescent shark was getting picked on. You can see on his back, he had his whole top bitten off and the bottom of his tail. Well, come over here, and it was because our big alligator gar in here, this is the albino, he's closing in on 3 foot. He's definitely over 32. I'd probably guesstimate him at 34, but he's getting real close to that 36-inch mark, and he's getting a very ferocious attitude on him, and he was going after this small iridescent. Even though he's not hungry, he's super fat, he's got a lot of food in his belly. Same thing with this guy over here. This is the semi-short body xanthic, but they just act like they've got some screws loose in their head, and they always want to attack fish. So you have to keep them with things that are larger than them that they won't eat. So if we walk out here to the pond room, I will show you the last little bit of the gars that we have. We have 3 foot platinum right there. We have a 3 foot, over 3 foot platinum there. And then we have one regular alligator gar, right about probably 35, 36 inches. And then we have the big girl, wherever she's at. Where is she at? I'm not seeing her, but she is a 4 foot short body. Oh, there she is. 4 foot short body. So she has the face of a 6 foot footer, but she's only 4 foot long. She's actually probably a little bit longer than that now. But these are some scary, scary fish once they get up to those sizes. And I've actually been personally bit by the alligator gar, and it's not fun whatsoever. They can draw blood, and they attack all of your smaller fish. So, like I said, it's hard to find these guys home. But let's find out what number 4 is. All right, so we're gonna stray away from the fish for just a second, and then we're gonna come back. But you know what? We are a fish rescue. It doesn't mean we don't help all types of animals, but that means everyone brings us their turtles. There goes red ear slider. There's some yellow bellies, but we always get turtles, and we are not a turtle rescue. So it's always hard for us to get rid of turtles. Even though we managed to do it, we've been holding on to this guy. He's been here for like 2 months. Now, granted, we did get rid of, 5 turtles, and 6 more came in. We got rid of a few, but it just seems that turtles are always a big problem when it comes to rescuing fish, because, you have aquatics, people have fish. They're like, oh, let's go ahead and keep turtles. That's pretty cool. Well, they always end up dumping them on us, even though I don't mind helping. It's just one of those species that's always hard to try and get rid of. But we're going to go ahead and flow right into number 5. And number 5 is going to be a group category. And that category is going to be catfish. So it doesn't matter if it's red-tailed cats, tiger shovelnose, hybrids, channel cats, You know, those are all very common species, and it's always hard for us to get rid of large catfish, even though we manage to do it and we make it look easy. But it takes a lot to go ahead and weed through all these people like, hey, I want this 3-foot red tail. Well, what size tank are you going to put them in? I have a 125. Well, that's not going to work. People, you know, we just got rid of a 2-foot shovel nose to that public aquarium, and we had to make sure that they had a large enough tank for it. And we get, you know, people calling us all the time, getting mad that we won't give them fish. But most of these large fish, you have to be able to have the setup to be able to take care of them. Like this guy right here, this is a hybrid catfish of a shovel nose and a red tail cat, and they grow pretty quick. So these guys get real beefy real fast, and then they've got the attitude like a red tail. And it's just hard to be able to manage all of these species sometimes. Like we've got 5 different red tails out here that we just decided to keep because the only place that we would rehome some is to some public aquariums that could give them a better life than we can. But for now, they're in a 58,000 gallon mega pond, and they're absolutely loving life. It looks natural for them. They're in here with all different types of fish. They get fed all the time. This guy is a hybrid. He's absolutely massive, probably about 4 foot long or so, definitely over the 44-inch mark, and he's just a unit. So we have a large problem with trying to get rid of some of these bigger guys, even though some of the insanely huge ones we end up keeping, just because, you know, there's not a whole lot of people out here that can take them. But there's times we'll get, you know, 6 or so red tails at 2 foot long, a bunch of hybrids and tiger shovel nose, and we have to weed through and find different people to care for these animals. And these are, you know, some of the species that we talk about that, you know, pet stores should be more cautious on who they sell to and what they actually sell. So I hope this answers some of your guys' questions. I know it'll come up again and again as, you know, time goes on. But I just wanted to show you guys how we get all these fish coming in, and sometimes they could be a problem. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more crazy adventures with the Ohio Fish Rescue, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And as always, stay fishy, my friend.